good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. This is a Monday morning news and Jentel show. I'm your host, Mike Bara, in Las Vegas, Nevada. Joined as I always am, or frequently am, on Mondays and Wednesdays by my co-host, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair from Hayden, Idaho, Jennifer Fala. Jen, how was your weekend? Mine was pretty good from a sports perspective. Pretty good.
Good. I had a fun time with Faith this weekend. We went out just Mother-Daughter Day, and then yesterday I did a couple lives last night, and good weekend.
Yeah, we did the Wolvie Live, and I think you were on with Donnie also, right?
Yes.
Cool stuff. Okay, guys. Hi, Dr. Sarah. We always like it when Dr. Sarah comes in and joins us when she doesn't have a client or anything, and lots of other people here. Good to see you all. Okay, so let's get straight into things, and let me just make sure, double check that we're running on Rumble. Yes, we are. And we'll do the screen share thing and get through everything that we need to get through. Why is this happening? Okay. If you miss any shows, you can always pop over to mikebara.blogspot.com, where all of the shows are archived, at least 90% of them anyway. There's the Tell the Truth Wednesday show that I did, Toxically Masculine Tuesday, previous shows that I've done, interviews with people in the UFO community, videos I've done, and I need to do more of these about famous cases in UFO lore. I should be doing more of those, put them up. The Cowboy UFO photo is an awesome one. And lectures and presentations I've done. You can also get links to all of my books here, as well as take a look if you want to hire me for my entertainment resume and my social media stuff. Everything there, mikebara.blogspot.com, including my books. I'm going to start advertising my books a little more in the Telegram chat for all of you people, so you can enjoy those. All right, what that will do is if you click on the episodes there, it will take you directly to the Rumble channel where you can join Real News Live with Mike and Jen. We've got 7,300 followers. We're trying to get to 10,000, so pop on over there and follow us if you are on Rumble. Rumble, of course, is the most reliable, awesome streaming service out there. We have issues with the YT folks, but Rumble has always been faithful to us and never really taken us down or done anything bad. One of the things you can also do over there is hit the red subscribe button, and for a mere $5 a month, you can support the show, help us pay the bills, keep the doors open, and have the time to do this stuff and keep you guys informed. That is very important to us. You can also hit the little green $sign button in the lower right-hand corner. And when you click on that, what you get is the opportunity to Rumble rant. And it can be any amount, preferably more than $5. And the advantage of being a subscriber and a super chatter, a subscriber and a Rumble ranter and a super chatter on YouTube, is that your questions go to the top of the slush pile when it comes time for Jen to do her question and answer segments, which is a really big, cool benefit as far as I'm concerned. So Real News Live with Mike and Jen over on Rumble. Also, please don't forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, over at thecbdgurus.com, where Matt and Lucas put together all kinds of awesome CBD-based products, including these delicious gummies for your health. Some of them have THC, some of them don't. There's full spectrum oils, but you slide onto the wholesale tab, slide down to Mike B Wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN, no capital A, no S on the end, just alien, not aliens, not capital alien, just alien. Type in the discount code, hit the enter button, and you'll pick up this week's specials, which usually include some yen, some Bolivar, Venezuelan Bolivar. You get 10 million Venezuelan Bolivar with a $25 purchase or more. 50 or more, you get that plus some rupiah and dong for larger purchases. And you get the wholesale price on a whole bunch of cool products like the broad spectrum gummies, the coffees, the THC waters, which are great. The X-Freeze pain roll-on, which I use on my shoulder a lot because I get mouth shoulder. The Lotion 2000, which is great for your skin. I use that all the time, which is why I look so fucking awesome all the time. And lots of other cool stuff that's available over on the cbdgurus.com. Also, please don't forget to visit our other wonderful folks over at mikebarapets.com. This is a special passion thing for me. taking care of animals, taking care of the lovely little fur babies that make our lives so much more interesting. They've got all kinds of mushroom-based supplements for your health and the health of your pets. I've got Barkley on the mush puppies, the mojos, the special sauce. I've got the cats, Miss Fluffy Muffy on the special sauce, and the Sequoia Premium cat food. They love it. It's all great stuff for them. They're very, very happy. There's the Sequoia dog dinner as well. It really has made a big difference in their mobility. Their Miss Fluffy Muffy's fur, I was just over here petting her the other day. Her fur is so soft now. It used to be very coarse and dry. Now it's very soft and moist and feels great. And it's all because I've got her on the special sauce and she's actually eating it. There's mush ponies for the larger dogs and horses and donkeys. Chill doggies is great if you have a dog that's got separation anxiety or gets scared by the fireworks, that kind of thing. Chill Doggies is great for Barkley when he gets upset. And there's also the Enforce line of products for human health. There's the Enforce Plus for immune system boosting, the Clarity for brain function, the Restore for blood sugar and blood pressure, the Shield, the gummies, all kinds of cool stuff with a whole different variety of mushroom products. Go back down to MikeBara@blogspot.com. Slide on down to the show we did with the mushroom ladies a couple of weeks ago. They explain what all these do. They're very beneficial, and both Diana and Kristen have had incredible health benefits from taking them. So good stuff. But they got chocolate, they got coffee, they got starter packs, they've got creams and stuff for the skin now, brand new products, all kinds of cool stuff. Send an email to Diana at mikebarapets@gmail.com, mikebarapets@gmail.com. Link in the description to all this stuff to ask about anything you might want to be able to put your fur baby on to help their lives get better. Also, please don't forget to visit my other friends at lifewave.com. The LifeWave patch is based on the science of phototherapy, which basically reflects your own body's infrared emissions back onto yourself and stimulates the production of stem cells. And depending on which patch you use, the base patch, the X39, the X49 enhancer, the Eon, the energy enhancer, the SP6, it will promote a certain type of stem cell, which will help a certain bodily function. They are really incredible stuff. I've had marvelous results. Lost weight, didn't do anything except use the SP6 patch. Lost weight, blood work was great last time I checked. Going to the doctor again next month to check up. I'll let you know how it goes. And I got a new story to tell you. I've got some other friends who had some great results, but I've been using this Eon patch now for about 10 days, the Y-Age Eon. Okay, and this is supposed to help with inflammation. Now, a man over 50 occasionally has some male health issues, right? And we know what one of them is. There's little blue pills for it, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one where a man's prostate gets a little bit enlarged and you have a hard time sleeping through the night. You have to get up, you have to go to the bathroom. All I'm going to tell you is, look, I started using this 10 days ago, and I do not any longer get up in the middle of the night to take care of business. That, I think, is due simply to this. I will use the entire package for a month and let you know if it continues, but it's been all of a sudden, like 4 or 5 days into it, all of a sudden I just didn't have this male over 50 problem anymore. Pretty incredible stuff. Jen, why don't you tell us what is going on over at Jennifer Fallah? Yeah, follow that up, Jen. Tell us what's going on over at jenniferfallah.com.
Well, if you'd like to get a healing from me, if you'd like to read Susan Gretz or Marcy Howell, you can go to jenniferfallah.com. Right now is a really good time to get a house cleanse from Marcy Howell or a personal cleanse for your people before the holidays and everybody starts fighting. Or you can get my classes there at philosophy.com. Actually did it backwards, but that's all right. Yes, that is jenniferfallah.com. Philosophy.com is where you book readings with me. Gift cards are still coming. I'll let you know.
And you're going to have the gift cards on Philosophy or on jenniferfallah.com? That's
the problem. So it's probably going to do it the old-fashioned way, and I'll have them on jenniferfallah.com. I will let everybody know on the shows and on Telegram where they are and how you can get them. But right now on philosophy.com, where you book readings, personal phone readings with me, we have a sale. $88 for a half an hour. Schedule's filling up fast, so you're going to want to get in there before I take the sale down, which will be in the next couple days.
Okay.
So now's your chance. Gift cards this year. They will be able to purchase as a gift for Christmas to return after Christmas, December 26th, to schedule with me. And they would be on sale. There'd be a good deal for the gift card. So, but last year everybody bought the gift cards and they just wanted to schedule it right now. But we're not doing that. Okay, they're for after Christmas. We'll start scheduling those. Okay.
All right.
So go to
Go
philosophy.com and take advantage of that sale today.
All right. Yeah, I always look forward to the gift cards every year because they're always so pretty and colorful. And when you put those out, and I just love the picture. It's just a picture with a number on it, and it relates to a certain purchase, and it's pretty easy stuff to do. So that's great stuff. Primetime gal Robin is here. Robin, haven't seen you.
Hi, Robin.
Lovely to see you again. And again, yeah, don't forget that you can pop on in, and if you super chat or verbal rant, we'll go when we go to questions. You'll get right to the top of the question and answer segment. Okay, so let's do news. We will. This is what a lot of you are here for. Actually, you're mostly here for the Jentel, I would imagine, but the news and the Jentel together can complement each other a great deal. Okay, on the news side of things, it's been quiet for a few days. Not a lot happened this weekend that we didn't hear about the previous week, which is interesting, but we are on track according to everyone. And I have one of my better sources is got other contacts, and they're talk to the people that I know sometimes. They are on fire for it going this week. They really feel strongly that it will be this week that we will get some sort of visible movement, meaning we can start scheduling appointments, or there's a public rate, we can go to the bank, all this different stuff. TNT Tony, I think on Friday, CIA Tony said Tuesday, nothing will happen till Tuesday. Well, the reason for that is that it's a bank holiday today, so the banks are not open. Now, I think Tuesday is unlikely, because what happens is that Tuesday becomes the bank's Monday. That means they have to clear all their books from the previous week. Their Saturday business all has to be taken care of on Tuesday, meaning more likely the banks would not be ready until Wednesday or Thursday, which would be normally a Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, I've told you before that I've been told that the ideal alignment time for banks across the world for a big rate change, a worldwide rate change event like this to go, would be on a Tuesday afternoon, probably between noon and 3 Eastern time. So that is the ideal window that I've been told previously. So that would then slide another day, which would make it like Wednesday, Thursday. So I think Jen predicted Wednesday, Thursday last week. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for her. She can clarify that when she gets up and to do her thing. So other issues that are out there. We are in the 41st day of the government shutdown, and contrary to what you believe, although an agreement was reached and a vote was taken to invoke cloture yesterday and proceed with the possibility of doing a vote to open the government back up, the government is not opened up yet. It's been now 41 days since the government shutdown. As of 40 days, President Trump, under the Constitution, has extraordinary powers granted to him if he declares a state of emergency because of the government shutdown. Donald Trump at this, and this is why I believe this deal was struck yesterday, because what they are trying to do is they know full well he can declare a state of emergency and basically take over the operations of the entire United States government, and he's not bound by anything Congress has passed or anything the Supreme Court rules. He can do whatever he wants with the government. That's why I believe they passed this agreement yesterday, even though it's not binding, and even though they haven't actually sent a continuing resolution to the president's desk. It would make it look like, oh, well, we just came to an agreement, and now the president is acting like a dictator. Well, some of us want him to act like a dictator. If I was him, I would have, the second the clock struck midnight, I would have declared the state of emergency, taken over everything, cut every single Democrat program, just completely cut it from the budget, and started issuing people Doge payments. So, he has that power. It does not appear he's going to act on it. I wish his policies were different. I think things are so bad out there that we have to be seriously concerned about the state of our country at this point. And, but he makes those decisions. Obviously, I don't, but I would certainly do it differently. And I would, there are so many things he could do. He could start paying the air traffic controllers. He could pay the military. He could completely shut down all these other departments, Department of Energy. He could fire everybody. He could fire 90% of the government workforce and nobody would even know except those 90% that got fired. There's all kinds of things that he could do with those sorts of powers, but he's chosen not to do them because I guess he doesn't want to look like a dictator. But I've said it before. Sometimes I think the best thing for this country would be a year of benevolent fascism, but you got to be careful who you put in charge for that. So that issue is out there. That is apparently going to go by the wayside. Now, it looks like there's going to be some sort of agreement for a continuing resolution. The president has also said very strongly $2,000 Doge tariff checks are coming. Now, this is a political move that, people are trying to, as the Supreme Court is considering taking the power to issue tariffs away from the president, which I don't believe they can do. And if the president doesn't have the power to issue tariffs, I don't know who does. But by giving people a $2,000 check, and I wish it was 5, not 2, to everybody who qualifies, and he's said he's going to have standards for qualification, what that could do politically for him is it will make people less inclined to support getting rid of tariffs. In other words, it'll put a lot of pressure on the Supreme Court to rule in the correct way, that the president has the authority to issue tariffs anytime he wants. And one of the things that makes tariffs important is that tariffs are leverage to force countries to revalue. There is a high tariff on Iraq right now. It could be pushed higher. If it were pushed high enough, the way to respond to a tariff is to revalue your currency. So this is a leverage tool that President Trump could use. The Supreme Court or people on it or people in the deep state are trying to take that power away from him in order to prevent the RV from taking place. Because again, this is a big hammer. You talk about the carrot and the stick. This is a big stick to force the RV into action. Having said that, we keep hearing that Iraq wants to revalue, but I don't know if that's really true or not. If they are, they need to get on with it. There is the other issue of the Iraqi elections coming up tomorrow. Now, I personally wish that they had pushed this revaluation through a long time before this. The rumors out there, and I think this was from Jen last week, but the rumors out there are that Trump doesn't want to make it look like he's openly supporting Sudani, that because he doesn't want it to look like they're interfering with the Iraqi elections. So that's why they've held this RV, because if the RV had happened, the people would love Sudani and they would reelect him, no problem. So there are those who are saying that the Iraqi elections are a hurdle to this being completed this week. If that's the case, then it seems, I don't think the United States would have backed off and just let these elections happen if they thought Sudani was going to lose, because Sudani is apparently the guy that they want and apparently is in support of the revaluation of the currency. But as Jen told you last week, he's asked for some help from the United States on that. So we'll see what happens with the Iraqi elections. They are tomorrow or starting later today, our time. It will be interesting to track that. And it's also important to understand that their elections are different from ours. They do not go and vote for Sudani. They vote for the party that he represents on the assumption that his party is going to make him the prime minister, nominate him as the prime minister at the end of the election cycle. I don't know if that's true. Here's something, though, that could delay this. Could delay what we're looking for. If once the elections are over, a new government has to be formed. I don't know when exactly the rules are that takes place. I don't know exactly how long it takes to implement that, but I assume the old government continues to operate until the new government is put in place. So those are factors that could weigh in on this thing. Now, in terms of what the behind the scenes stuff is, I have got information to the effect that QFS system is up and running again. and is ready to go, and that there is a test scheduled for today. This is a stress test. Now, this is one of the things that makes the notion that the bonds are going first, followed by the currency, more plausible, because although the bonds are much bigger chunks of money, much bigger tranches of money, there are fewer bond holders than there are currency holders. The currency holders are far more numerous. So it's a question of bandwidth and frequency. Okay, so in other words, the number of pipes with the bondholders is fewer. The amount of flow through those pipes in terms of money is much higher. That's your bandwidth. So this test today is to test how much can we push through these pipes all over the world at one time. Means you may hear from bondholders, private and public bondholders, about getting paid today, or about funds being released, or things like that, because this test is taking place. If the test is successful, then it makes sense that the currency holders would follow by a few hours, days, or maybe a week, because there are a lot more pipes for the currency holders to go all around the world. So they're trying to make sure this system works in terms of volume and works in terms of frequency, how many places they're distributing to. So let's hope the test goes well. I will let you know if I hear anything about that. And I did check with my bond people today, and neither one of them has been paid, although they are still expectant for this week. So, Jen, that's what I hear on the news side of things. I don't know how it compares to what you're hearing from your meditations, but let's hit the Jentel and get everybody up to speed.
Okay. Now, as far as the tariffs and the payments and Doge payments, Donnie, I did 2 live chats last night. One was with Wolverine in the Chosen Ones, and another was with Donnie from Real People, Real News. And those recordings are posted on Philosophy on Telegram. We talked about all this at length. But I told you last night that everybody was concerned about the air traffic controllers, and that that we possibly would not get those checks. We talked about what would happen versus if the government does open back up and if it doesn't. So you're going to want to go to Philosophy on Telegram and listen to those. I'm sure they're circulating everywhere, but there are recorders. The recordings of those are posted. This morning, Donald Trump posted, all air traffic controllers must get back to work now. Anyone who doesn't will be substantially docked. And so he goes on to say, I will be recommending a bonus of $10,000 per person who, is a team player, basically. And so I told you last night, when people were worried about that and the holidays coming, that he was going to do something to ensure that we had plenty of flights and everybody could move freely. And so he is doing that now. This morning, he also said all money left over from the $2,000 payments made to low and middle income USA citizens from the massive tariff income pouring into our country from foreign countries, which will be substantial, to substantially pay down the national debt. Now, that is capitalized. You guys are going to want to gematria that. Substantially paid down the national debt. Gematria that. Okay, so he's working on that. He's telling us, yes, you keep the government shut down. We're going to send out these checks. It's going to come from the tariffs. The Democrats don't want that because they're trying to say, oh, tariffs bad, and don't do that. And we need to stop this. You need to pay all the money back. And now he's like, okay, well, how about we just give the money to the citizens and see what they think about it? So if they keep the government closed, he's going to use that. If they open it back up, he's going to send out the Doge payments. So one way or another, he's got them. Okay, and I'm loving it. I'm loving the whole thing. We talked a lot about that last night. I never said anything about the elections in Iraq. I was talking about the safety of the people. The last Jentel that we got, and possibly the one prior, I can't remember. This was the delay. And this is a problem in Iraq, that they didn't feel comfortable putting out a rate because they had so many threats, underground, above ground, all over the place. And then, Donald Trump sent in help to secure this. And here we are today with the Jentel. So this is new Jentel for 11/10/2025. Interdimensional meditation, 6th level of heaven, Jesus and the Archangel team. Did not notice the dress today. Didn't even look. RV News. Michael spoke. I asked, can we expect an announcement from Iraq and a rate change or receive notifications to exchange for Tier 4B? He said yes. I was talking about this week. He said yes. The plan to begin is underway. I asked, is Iraq secure to proceed? And he said yes, the underground catacombs have been cleared and teams are in place to secure the celebrations. And that's what they were worried about. Okay, if we do this, how are we going to get attacked? And if we don't get bombed, what about when the people go out into the street? Because that's what they do to celebrate. We've got that handled now. I said, do you have a best estimate of when? And he said, tomorrow night into Wednesday. Okay. I said, do you have a percentage chance of seeing this? And he said 80 to 90% tomorrow night into Wednesday. It's Tuesday night, our time, USA, into Wednesday. They got to put it out in the Gazette. Pretty sure. Coming in the news. I saw a cliff collapse. It looked like, I don't know, a pretty high cliff with a house on it. Okay. It looked like Southern California. I'm not sure. I heard partial funding. I heard 1-800 numbers. I did. And Michael went like this. Now, it's meditation. Human filters coming through the human filter. I could have thrown that in there, but took me by surprise. I did hear it. He went like this. Pray it in. I'm standing flatland, Midwest. There's a huge, it almost looked like a dust storm, but there's a huge cloud just coming in. Prepare for weather. I heard turkey shortage. I heard mines, MINES, mines will be in the news. I heard fake news exposed. And then I heard strike. Okay. That's coming in the news. Reminder, coming in the news section. We look for any kind of news in our news feed, in our circles, in our chats that will tell us how accurate I was on the first part of this meditation. But, if it happens tomorrow night into Wednesday, we don't need that. But Jentel confirms are always fun. So they're not necessarily enough information to, warn people about anything that's coming. The purpose is to confirm the behind the scenes information that I got in the RV news. And that's Jentel for today.
Okay, good stuff. Again, it's interesting because the time frame does line up. There's one other thing I did forget to tell you. I talked to somebody in Europe last night, and they're not aware of this at all. This reset, but they are also hearing and were asking me about. Do you know anything about the cabal being exposed and resets and money flowing and new prosperity coming? And I was like, yeah, I might know something about that. So whatever's going on, I think, is filtering through all kinds of channels out there. In other words, this thing is so big and it's really happening. So people who aren't even paying attention are starting to hear about it. Basically, what this person was describing is Nasara. And they're saying, well, that it is going to happen, but that doesn't mean the war is over. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense to me. So that's one piece I wanted to add.
That's what Donnie and I were talking about last night. And I was saying how, or it's either, I did one right after another on the lives. It's either me and Donnie or me and Wolverine, but I was talking about how it really looks like they're setting the scene to begin the rollout of Nasara. And we know that the RV is the beginning of that. Okay. Right. So it makes perfect sense. It really does. Everything that's going on with Congress, and we were talking about the different scenarios that could happen, and why. We were talking about, we were hoping to see if the government shut down, how possibly an executive order from Trump early week, that would give him the power of the purse, and wondering if that is necessary. To eventually go to gold. Because if he has such trouble with Congress right now, and the House, what about when he wants to go to gold? Do we have to sit around and wait for them? Yeah. So it would be interesting to see how this unfolds. But we are definitely on our way.
Yeah. Okay. The time frames match up with the news, and what you're hearing Tuesday, Wednesday, 80 to 90%. The guys that I'm hearing from are more like 99%, but we heard that on Thursday too, and it didn't go down, or Friday. Do you think the partial funding could be in reference to bonds being paid?
I don't know. I just heard partial funding. Yeah. It could have something to do with Congress, and if they get something passed.
Oh, fake news exposed. Strike. Hope it's not the air traffic controllers, but I'm glad I'm not flying anywhere here soon. So, all right. Other than that, we seem to be kind of in alignment. The cliff collapses. Worrying maybe there's going to be heavy rains in California again or something.
Well, it's November. We're going to have weather at places, but this. Yeah, I'm concerned for the person who has a house on there. It was a pretty steep cliff. It looked like.
It was like one of those houses on stilts or something like they have in California. No, not like that.
This looked like California coast.
Okay. Well, we'll keep our eye out for all that stuff. So.
But that wall of clouds moving in over the Midwest. That looks pretty major.
Big dust storm, windstorm.
That's what I thought at first. It was like a dust storm. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense this time of year. I think it's actually just a storm.
Okay.
Just dark clouds. It looked like a wall coming in.
Just a big storm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. About 3,000 of you in the live stream chat today. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Just remember that your questions for Jennifer must include your real name and the name of the person, pet, or thing you are asking about. Person, place, or thing. Person, pet, or entity you are asking about. That really, really helps her to get connected. Jen, so shall we start over on Rumble side of things?
Sure.
For a change. And I'm going to pop the chat out and get to the questions. Okay, Beth Costanzo for 50. Where is she? Which is a very nice Rumble rant. Thank you, Beth. Says, hey, Jen, I'm supposed to fly from Boston to Florida on Friday for my sister's 70th birthday. My brother canceled his flights because he's a big freaking baby. Now will my flight be canceled? So she's concerned about whether flight's going to be canceled. This is Beth Costanzo.
No.
Good, you're going. Savage on Paper Shelley for $20 says, I have the opportunity to go to Brazil with friends in March. Will it be a safe trip? And is there anything I should be aware of before I go? Had some friends tell me some wild stories about Brazil.
Everything will be fine. As far as I see, I don't see anything to worry about.
Okay, Lilypad says John Thune hopes the bill to reopen the government will be voted on in hours, and he expects President Trump to sign it. Speaker Johnson has immediately ordered representatives back to work. Thank you, Lilypad. That means they're just going to go with the continuing resolution, and Trump is not going to use his emergency powers, which is kind of disappointing. I was kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah, you can't come out and tell the people that you're going to give them $2,000 and then give them nothing. You just wait and see what happens. One way or another, he's putting money in people's hands before Christmas.
Oh yeah, but I was just hopeful because of all the other things he could do under the emergency powers, which would have been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Anna Michaud for $10 says, do you see me and my husband Scott's exchange appointment going well, and do you see us as an M or a B? That is a popular question. Millionaire or billionaire is what they're referring to.
A triple M. Triple M.
Triple M?
Everything is fine. Goes smoothly.
Another thing Jen can do, which is fun, is you can ask her where she sees you on a specific date. As an example, Jen, let's do it right now. Where do you see me on Sunday, November 16th, this coming Sunday? Where do you see me? What do you see me doing?
You're at a bar, lounge, meeting place, something. Lots of laughter in the background. Place is pretty busy.
Okay. That's what I'm planning on doing. So.
Oh, okay.
Because
I think you're watching a game.
Well, Dave and I are going to the game, the Seahawks Rams game in LA. And then after that, we're going back to the hotel where there is a bar and a lounge. And so it sounds like we're going to be celebrating a Seahawks victory. So
yeah, there's a lot of people in there, and it's pretty loud.
Sounds great. Maybe it'll be a big Seahawks hotel. All right, DB Young, because that actually is the plan: is go to the game, come back, and drink at the bar and watch Sunday Night Football. Diane for $10 says, first I want to say, Jen, you look amazing. And she wants to know M or B.
I think I'm getting an M.
An M. Folks, please don't get disappointed if you're not going to be a B. It's like.
Yeah, how much money you got now?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like, who cares? I mean, usually most of the M's are like triple M's anyway, so yeah. You're fine.
Remember the purpose
itself.
The purpose of this event is not just to pay you back for the ways in which you've been stolen from. It's to flush the planet with prosperity. So set aside enough for yourself forever and then have some fun. Hi, Jen. This is Mirtha for $20. My son, Adam, they found a large mass in his liver. What does it look like to you? Is there any other concerns we need to be aware of? And then she wants to know about a med bed for Adam. Mirtha wants to know about her son, Adam.
This is not a normal situation. Something next to the liver is growing into the liver. Have him relook at it.
Okay.
That could be the mass. So something is growing in there. I can't really tell you if it's cancerous or not. I don't think so. But there's something just weird going on there.
Okay.
They might be able to surgically help with that. That's what it looks like.
All right. Emily wants to know what her spirit guide's name is, and do they have a message for her? Emily.
sounds like Lucinda. Message. Relief is on the way.
There you go.
But please, guys, try to be more specific in this setting so that we get through quicker.
Yeah.
Just don't ask just for a message.
Yeah.
Have one specific question, please.
Kat wants to know how she finds her soul family, her new tribe after the RV.
Mutual interest groups.
Mm-hmm.
You start talking. So this is what I see for people. What we're going to do is we're going to start talking to our people where we feel comfortable and no one's going to take advantage of us because they all have their own stuff and we're all interested in the same thing. So these groups are going to form. These dating groups are going to form. We're going to have all these invites to go everywhere. And so I see that in the future. And so that's basically how it happens.
Yeah, it's Saturday. A friend, Marisol, invited me to go out with her to do a little stargazing with Joe and Bridget, who we met at the Pahrump UFO event, and we just sat there and stargazed out in the middle of the dark on the road there Saturday. And I'm like, yeah, I'm starting to become friends with these people. So it's people that have like interests. We're all into UFOs, and so we're going to be doing things like that, right? So it's a fun time. Letitia for $20 says, I'm flying out on Thursday to Dallas for the weekend. Will it go smoothly for us, Letitia?
Yes.
Debbie says her daughter Callie is leaving for Navy boot camp December 8th. Do you see her graduating successfully from boot camp? Worried mom.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough on her.
It's gonna be rough on her.
Yeah, she does really well. Yes.
Yes. Okay, Kelly Fontana says, I felt a lump on my dog Riley's left side chest area. The vet last week said her liver enzymes were elevated. Are those two things related?
No, they're not related. That's a fatty cyst or tumor or lump. It's fat. It's squishy. It's just nothing. Fat.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Love Trumpies put substantially paid on the national debt into Gematria, and it matches up with the Lord works in mysterious ways. Okay. Cool.
Especially because I told you to Gematria that.
Yeah, there you go.
Love that.
I haven't used the Gematria calculator. I have to do that. Karen Patriot Nurse for $50. Thank you, Karen. Jen, will my project be funded or will I be working on another project? Thank you for all you do, from Karen.
Both are true. So your project is funded, but you also do volunteer your time or assist with someone else's project. So both are true. You're going to be busy.
Okay.
Either that or you donate funds to another project.
Okay. Dixie wants to know where she's going to be on Thanksgiving.
Dixie
816. I think that's the name.
Where she's going to be?
Where do you see me having Thanksgiving? She says.
At a friend's house?
Okay. Donna wants to know M or B. A lot of those today. We're going to get a lot of those.
B.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
B? No.
T?
M.
She actually said T also. But
no, I'm going to go with the first thing I heard. B.
Okay. Robin.
So I can guess it.
Robin, our own primetime gal, said this morning, Marksy said this morning the BBC apologized for splicing together film clips of Trump showing fake impression of him telling citizens to attack on January 6th. And she considers that a Jentel confirm. That's right. Mark did say that.
Fake news exposed?
That happened over the weekend.
Happen?
It fits fake news exposed. And 5 or 6 people were fired from the BBC for doing that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so but this happened today?
Yes, yesterday.
Okay, we can count that because I haven't looked at anything today,
Exactly.
except for what I posted on Telegram.
Yes, when it happens.
So if people are talking about that, then that's a Jentel confirm, and that's a confirmation that what I got above is accurate. So we're good.
Scott wants to know, is my equine therapy still in the first payout? I don't quite understand that question. Is my equine, that's horse therapy, still in the first payout?
Yes, because it's considered like veterinary, like medical for animals.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait a minute. No, because it's considered therapy for humans. So what I got recently is that they, I've always said that they're going to approve the projects in tiers.
Mm-hmm.
In order of importance for humanity. Okay, so we're going to have, the first round of approvals is probably going to be anything medical, med beds, anything that, for life, limb, food, housing, things like that, medical. So if it's therapy for people with horses, then yes. So psychological.
There you go. Much love, Mike and Jen. Michael C. wants to know when he will meet his special lady. Michael C.
Just into the next year. It's probably late January or February with that. She just comes out of nowhere. It's a huge surprise to you.
That's fun. That's the best way to have it. Gloria Calhoun has trips coming between Dayton, Ohio and Louisville, Kentucky next Monday, Wednesday to see grandkids. Will the trips go well? Dayton to Louisville and back November 17th to 19th. Gloria Calhoun.
Yeah, you've got weather. There might be some delays on the flights. I don't think there's any cancellations. It looks like you have a good time. One of the kids, I think, has got something. Take some ivermectin with you. For you. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Jan wants to know M or B?
B.
Good for you. Joni Pie, $6. Just says love you guys. Thank you, Joni.
Thank you.
Jill wants to know what she's going to be doing July 13th, 2026.
Okay. If you guys want me to do that, it's first I have to find you. Okay, Jill, there's a lot of Jills. If I don't see a picture or something that's connected to you.
Good. So good. She's Jilly good on
Jilly good.
Jilly good.
So I have to go to the place where you created your screen name, see you there, get your energetic signal, and then take a look at the date you want me to look at. Okay, so just give me your first and last name. All right. What's the date?
July 13th, 2026. Next July 13th.
You're traveling. There's something about a map.
Map?
I think you're on some kind of multiple state, either road trip or trip.
Cool. Misunderstood and Cornbread One are now monthly supporters for $5 a month. They got their little red castles. Thank you. Paula wants to know M or B.
Oh, that's a B.
Scooter Man says, Jen, you look smashing as usual.
Well,
must be British. He finds you smashing. M or B for Scooter Man. That's the name I got is Scooter.
Bonus for you, Scooter Man, for saying that. Thanks.
Yeah, you get a B for saying that, Scooter Man.
Yeah, yours is B now. No, it's like I could choose.
Okay. Jackie V, M or B, $25. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you.
25. Jackie B, M or B? Jackie V, sorry, as in Victor.
As in Victor. Oh. That's a B.
Good for you. Facebook Idea, FB Ideas is now a monthly supporter for $5 a month. Thank you. Stacy Lynn, I received a letter from the Angels a few months ago from Jen. I would be able to purchase my dream mid-century modern home by the end of this year. Is that timeline still accurate? Stacy Lynn wants to know if her timeline is still accurate. Jen's timelines are pretty damn accurate.
By the end of the year, yeah, but for this, when it stems on the RV, they move. Collective timelines move.
Yeah.
It's easier for personal timelines.
Right. Like when you told me when I was moving, and you got it right to like the very week, if not the day, 9 months ahead of time.
It's possible, yeah. Might be moved just a little bit. Might shift it about a month, but yeah.
All right. Our friend Carissa K Turtle 8 wants to know where she's going to be November 21st, 2025, right before Thanksgiving. Where do you see me?
In an airport? Looks like an airport. Could be a mall, but there's seats. I think it's an airport. Is that a trick question? Are you going on vacation?
No.
What do you do?
Where she's going.
No, I know Carissa. Never mind.
Yeah, but it sounds like she's traveling for Thanksgiving. Jessica wants to know if she'll be flying or driving to California for Thanksgiving.
I think you're driving.
Okay. Arlene, who's just is misunderstood, just joined as a subscriber, wants to know if her mom or sister. Do you see my mom or sister with me, and do they have anything to tell me? They're both named Sylvia. Her mom is named Sylvia, and her sister's named Sylvia. Wants to know if they're with her, them, with Arlene. Do they have a message?
They don't always come in together. Sometimes they do. They do come in to see you often. Talking to Michael. The message is just dreams. Remember your dreams. So keep a dream journal. When you get up, just jot down anything you can remember. Because usually, especially a dream where you connect with, someone from the other side, it's going to fade pretty fast.
I had a dream the other night that I was backstage before a Duran Duran concert, and I was talking to John Taylor, the bass player, and he was telling me about his new girlfriend, who's an X-Ray Girl, who is this producer for the Gary Neurotic show, who I've met a couple times, right? And I was like, oh, I know her. And he was like, yeah, sure you do. And I was like, no. And so the whole dream was me stressing out about trying to find in the mess that is the new Apple iPhone photo thing, a picture of me and her, so I could prove, no, look, I know her. Look, we hung out together. And so the whole thing was about this honest stress. And I woke up and I'm like, dreams are freaking weird. Like, what was the point of that dream? I have no idea. Beth, for $10, says, my right hand, Beth M, has started trembling pretty bad. What do you see what's causing it?
That goes all the way up the arm to the neck. You're going to have that looked at.
Good adjustment. Jolie, Joleh. Does my project get approved? And do you see me buying the place on New York Avenue in Florida?
Not New York Avenue. Project is approved and changed a bit. at the direction of or the suggestion of the project manager once it is approved. But yes, but I don't think that's the right location.
Okay.
Street.
Purple Prairie 4 is now a monthly supporter. Her name is Juliana, and she wants to know M or B.
B. Strong.
Wow. Jan C for $10 wants to know M or B.
B.
Okay, Jan, once you're a B, you can give us a lot more than $10. Just kidding.
Why do we need it? Money had no meaning if we're all Bs.
We're both going to be Bs. Judy for $10, M or B.
Pretty sure it's a B, but I think you might just be on the cusp of M and B there.
Yeah.
Close enough. It will be B in a couple of years with the interest.
Yeah, if you just let it sit. Brian is now a monthly supporter, and he wants to know where he's going to be January 7th, 2026. Brian.
Is there any other screen name there?
Brian CB4712. Now a monthly supporter.
What's the date?
January 7th, 2026.
I think you're skiing. I don't know. There's snow around.
Nice skiing.
Yeah. Fireplace, people around. Either that or you live somewhere like that. You're in a cabin like that. It seems big. High ceilings.
Okay. Michelle in prime time for 15. How much do you see me getting at my RV exchange? I don't think we want to do specific numbers like that.
B.
B. Mary Sue. Do I ever get married? I've been happily single for 14 years, or has the Lord called me to a life of singleness?
So you have a path in life where you decided to spend a little bit of time in solitude. It was really building your strength and self-sufficient. To become self-sufficient. You spent a lot of other lifetimes before relying on others. You've had enough of that now. It's either within half a year or a year and a half, there's somebody who is, it's kind of like your kingdom spouse. If you guys want to look up that term, that's something that is ordained by God, sent to you, planned. And you'll be with him for the rest of the time. So, no, you're not going to be alone forever.
Good. Jen, how much longer do we have you for? It's 11:05.
10 minutes.
Okay. Guys, I'm going to have to skip over some of the M or B questions here. Thormus is now a monthly supporter. Okay, Dolores says, how am I going to fund the furnace repair replacement? It's getting cold. Dolores is concerned about
How's she going to what?
Fund her furnace repair or replacement. Does my volume seem low? Somebody said my volume's low.
You're going to put that off for a little bit, a couple weeks to a month, and then you're going to pay for it. Get a new one. How? Well, the best way, as of now, just going to pay cash for that.
Somebody says, how will I know if Jen completed her healing on my eyes when your eyesight gets better? Everything Jen heals.
I've got a list.
Yeah.
You guys, I've been slammed. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I have a list of completed healings, and I just have to sit down and email everyone back. Okay, I do that. And I know I should just email and do it when I do it, but I don't. So,
Okay. One last Rumble Rat, and then we got to pop over to the Super Chats before we get out of here. Mia Sue for $5 says, my mom, Charlotte, has either lost or misplaced her 50th wedding ring, 50th anniversary, I would assume. Can you see if it's in her house or has been taken? So LaDonna wants to know if Charlotte's wedding
so
ring.
she took it off and she put it in a little dish. I believe it's on a dresser.
Okay.
Behind the dresser, I don't know if there's a cat or somebody that walked across the dresser or the dresser got bumped, but I kind of see it. It's a little shallow dish, and I think it just bounced off. She just forgot that she took it off.
Okay. All right. Let's pop over to the Super Chat side of the house. They've been waiting a long time. Lady Di says, Jen, on Saturday at work, some overhead shelves fell on top of me. Ouch. And hurt my right ring finger.
Would you stop that? Stop hurting yourself. God, you know what? It's just time for you to retire. We're just going to have to do this RV so that you go home and stop hurting yourself. Okay?
I've claimed workers' comp. How will it turn out? I have a meeting today.
Textbook. Legitimate case, yeah.
Okay. Rosalie put her orange kitty Mac to sleep. Cancer won the battle. Did he know I love him?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then putting him to sleep, all he knows is that mommy made the pain go away. They don't think like we do.
Yeah. Yeah. Mary Peterson just gave us $4.99 just for being.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Marsha Frame, hi you two. Will my exchange make me a millionaire or billionaire? another M or B.
Million.
Million. All right.
Billion. B.
Oh, billion. My ears are plugged. I told you. I can't hear anything. I'm going to take roids. This is Rosie. What Rosie wants to know, M or B and MedBed.
Sorry, I got distracted. You said you're going to take roids, and I'm like, well, I think I'll take a vacation. Well, that happens.
Well, I'll take them today and tomorrow and try to not take it on Wednesday. How about that?
All right. Just know I'm not putting up with anything. I'm not putting up with any crap. All right? Come at me. You're going to get it.
Come at me.
All right. Rosie, M or B? MedBed is a month and a half after your appointment, and you will get a B.
Nice. A lot of B's today. Jenna Robertson. Will I have to get MedBed centers for animals anytime soon? Will I get to have MedBed centers for animals anytime soon? One of my elderly cats passed this week. I'm very sorry.
I don't know about a time period on that. Anytime soon. Depends on what you think is soon. I really don't think so. I think it's going to take longer for that kind of thing, for the animal med beds to come out.
Yeah. Sky thinks that they come out almost concurrently, but she doesn't guarantee that.
Yeah, so I don't really know.
This is Emily Peterson. Will I buy the house on Los Moros or a different one?
It is that one.
Good. Most of the time it's not, so it's good when somebody gets what they want. Alyssa wants to know M or B.
Multiple M.
Multiple M, guys. You got to remember to put your.
I was asking why are so many people B's, and I heard because of the agri checks in the boulevard.
And it's 11:11 when you said that, so that's why. Renee, what do you see at my redemption appointment, M or B, and how far to my redemption appointment?
I don't know why that even matters. People ask that all the time.
I know. Well, maybe people that live in rural areas and more isolated, they're concerned.
That's an M, 45 minutes away.
45 minutes. Kathy Weber, do you see me getting to home at 8820 Rosa Hill Drive?
No, it's a different one.
Different one. Viviana, I've asked this question before, but I would like to know, Jen, if you still see me purchasing a new car this year. Viviana. As it stands now.
It might be just after the first of the year. Around that time. It's around that time.
John Christopher wants a timeline update on when he gets into a med bed. Thank you for the $49.99 super chat. That is very generous.
John, thanks. Month after the appointment.
So it's dependent on the appointment because it's the appointments that start the release of the med beds, guys. So
I've started doing it that way because if I just keep giving you times and the RV keeps moving, there's no point even answering the question. So I'm going to say, okay, in your area, let me take a look at the appointment. And when you're called to make an appointment, what's the wait? And that's easier.
Jen says, will my ex, Jeff, and I reconcile, or do you think our lessons and soul contract is complete and should I move on? Well, nobody can give you that advice, but
I think there's a chance that he may come back and try that. It's just gonna end up with the same result. Yeah. You're just cycling. Somebody's got to break it.
Yep. Jim Humphreys, do you see still see a private redemption center with an 800 number for our appointment, or do we just go to a bank?
You go to you make an appointment at a redemption center.
Cool.
Some of them may be located in banks, but you're working with the exchange center, whoever owns that.
Yeah, I mean, we checked on mine a couple weeks ago, and it's like 4 miles away, and it doesn't look like anything. It's not a bank, or it just looks like an office space. Denisa, holding for $20. Thank you. Do you see us going to the air base, and do you see me as an M, B, or T? I don't think anybody's going to be a T, guys. So let's not ask that.
That's a big B. That's a big B. Airbase for the med beds. Okay.
Sorry. Will we have to pay capital gains tax on the currency exchange? Again, not a question for us, a question to ask at your exchange.
No.
But Jen thinks no.
I think the only thing you have to do that on would be bonds. But not the exchange of currencies, because it's just it's like changing Canadian dollars in for American dollars.
Right.
Across the border.
Right. It's not an investment. Okay, Kim McCarty for $4.99 wants to know M or B?
M.
Mickey Seals, M or B?
B.
Joshua V, M or B?
B.
Connie Lafreso just wanted to give us $4.99. Thank you, Connie. Miss Jeannie, hey Jen, will my kidney stones be healed by surgery or by med bed? And will I be an M or B?
Surgery.
Surgery. And
B.
B.
For the last one, wouldn't it? Yeah, B for that one.
Okay. And John Christopher, but it will only be a B in Canadian dollars, so you just be a M. I'm just kidding. John Christopher, M, B, B or T.
It's a big B, John. You're fine.
You're fine.
It's a big one.
Lilani, M or B?
Big M.
Okay. All right, guys, that is got to wrap it up. Jen is done. Jen, thank you for everything. We will be back on Wednesday for Real News Live with Mike and Jen. Tell the Truth Wednesday. I will not take a steroid for 24 hours before that, so Jen doesn't get mad at me. And Jen, anything else? You're going to do the philosophy tomorrow, or what
Yes,
are you
I'll be doing philosophy show tomorrow morning at sometime between 9 and 10 o'clock on philosophy with Jennifer Flaw on Rebel, Jennifer Flaw on YouTube, and I'll be taking your questions, and we'll see if we have any new information.
Pop over to Mike Bara Chat on Telegram and stay caught up on developments as they evolve. I will let you guys know if I hear anything about the stress test today and how it went and all the other stuff we talked about. All right, thank you for being here. I'll be back. I'll be on Coast to Coast AM for one of the last times. I'm going to quit my gig on Coast to Coast. I'm trying to clear. I believe in this enough that I'm trying to clear my schedule of all my commitments so that when it happens, I can just do what I want with no obligations to anyone else. So take that for what it's worth. One of my last show reports tonight on Coast to Coast, and then on Tuesday, Toxically Masculine Tuesday, I'll be back for that, and with Jen on Wednesday. So thanks for being here, and we'll see you guys very soon. Bye.